and welcome to Your Space with your host, Hannah Arinitwe. We are still here discussing each and everything under the sun with an aspect of young people in light. Now, with me today is my team, and I'll allow them to introduce themselves, and I'll start with Dr. Patricia.
Good evening, viewers. I am Patricia Chano Kiria. I work as a Deputy Inspector General of Government. Thank you.
Yes, a very good evening. My name is Joe Sakwa. Thank you, Hannah, for having me always.
Hello, everyone. My name is Monica Achayo. Very glad to be here today.
Yes. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about national unity, but I thought I may first test you guys today and see how patriotic you could be before we dive into the topic today.
Wow.
I can see the tension on everybody's faces. You can relax. I'll start with Monica. Monica, can you spell Uganda the other way around?
Uganda.
Oh
The other way around.
N-A...
Oh my.
Uganda, not Ugandan.
Okay, guys, can we pass?
I can see you are 0% a patriot. Sakwa.
A-D-N-A-N-A.
50% a Ugandan patriot. Can you try?
Uganda. A-D-A-N. Pass. But let me spell it correctly. U-G-A-N-D-A.
You are
correctly.
75%. Because the speed was a bit too slow. And I'm thankful nobody has asked me to do that same challenge. But we are here to discuss national unity today. And it's a topic that I love talking about because I love being Ugandan. And I love the unity that comes with being a Ugandan. Dr. Patricia, what do you think is the one thing that characterizes Uganda? What do you think that one thing that people know Uganda for?
Well, Ugandans, from my own perspective, we are very liberal people. We are friendly. We are social. And we have been blessed with lots of potential, skills, competencies in different aspects. Yes.
That's true.
So we are very, very skilled. We are very social. We have potential and we easily relate with others.
That's true. So what do you think comes to people's minds when they say Uganda?
Okay, I don't know whether any one of us has been abroad and you tell somebody, I'm from Uganda, then the person's like, where is that? But the definition of Uganda can be done geographically. If I'm academic, it can be done socially. But I believe we are very peace-loving people. We are loving people. Yes, and we are very understanding people. There is a lot of peace, and at least in the past few decades.
Okay.
And yeah, we represent that part of Africa where we have very jolly people. Yes. So I think that's how I could define Uganda.
I love the smiles that are coming when everybody's supposed to ask this question. Monica, what do you think what comes to your mind when someone says Uganda?
Vibes.
Vibes.
Vibes, banter.
Come on.
We are people who are, of course, we are joyous people. I like the ability of moving on so fast. Ugandans, we have a trophy for that. So personally, when you talk Uganda, I think of vibes, I think of banter, I think of friendliness, I think of peace.
Peace.
Yes.
For me, when I think of Uganda, I think of national unity. I've never seen a country that supports itself like Uganda. If you open your Twitter and look at maybe a Twitter feed between Uganda and maybe Kenya, you will see the amount of love, passion, unity that people actually have for this country. And maybe I would like to describe what national unity is, Dr. Patricia. What is national unity?
National unity, Hannah, is being able to come together to harness one another's skills and potential and enjoy the company of one another in order to promote peace and harmony. So the ability to come together. When we come together on different issues, it could be on soccer, Uganda cranes, it can be on issues to do with elections, politics. What is that brings us together? It could be on issues to do with religion, It could be on issues to do with national values. Like now we have come together, not so?
Yes.
So national unity is that having to come together to discuss the skills, to discuss the potentials, to discuss what we have to contribute to the national peace and unity in this country.
I love that definition. Joel, what is national unity for you?
You know, I was talking to someone, I think it is like 2 weeks ago, and they were busy castigating, saying, Uganda is a colonial creation. Uganda did not exist until the white man came.
Impossible.
But at least I have an answer for them today, that it may have been a colonial creation or what not of. But now that we are together,
I like that.
Now that we are what? Now that we are together, the story should be different. So now that we are together, we are sharing a lot. We share location geographically. We share a social environment. We share the experiences. Everything, we share it. So we should understand how to live together as a community, and that's what will define our unity.
Yes.
I don't think anybody came into the world knowing what national unity is, right, Monica?
Yeah.
So for you, how did you learn about national unity?
How did I learn?
Or how did you get wind of the idea?
Okay, when I think of national unity, I usually relate it to teamwork. Right?
Teamwork.
So national unity is literally us having the same goal, same ambition, irrespective of our differences. We said this is the game plan, this is what we're doing because of the bigger vision. So for purpose sake. So national unity is, for me, I think of it as teamwork. And when I think of it as teamwork, it kind of like makes more sense in that sense.
Wow.
So how did you get to get wind of the idea of national unity?
We thank the Lord for schools in Uganda.
Thank you.
I got to know about it at school.
At school.
Yeah.
How? Was
Patriotism came in, and then after patriotism coming in, they're explaining to us why we should be a scout, why saluting to the flag, the flag matters, why you must know what exists on the coat of arms. At first it didn't make like why are all those things important? So but then you realize when you go to spaces and they're singing the national anthem and you know every line in every stanza, you want to shout, you want them to give you the microphone. So you get the feel. So the national unity thing just put me from that space. And
what about you, Joel? Did you maybe learn about this idea when you were at home, when you were a child, or was it also a school experience?
Nationality is like engrafted into you. I feel like if there was some strand in your DNA that they could check, they could find out that some people are more Ugandan than others.
How? Rolex lovers. How?
Someone has said Rolex lovers. So, we are from the onset of our childhood. When you switch on the radio, you say the news. Even our television stations, they come by the name Uganda. So
Uganda broadcast.
Yeah, Uganda. So that's our brand. That's the thing by which we are called, and we are proud of it because we have a rich history. We have a rich culture. Uganda is a very beautiful country, and we don't need. So it's like this place. They say receipts and oquita.
Yes. What does that mean? I'm confused. Only the residents are laughing. What does it mean?
Maybe Dr. Patricia can help us.
The facts speak for themselves.
Yes.
If you're proud of the Ugandan, it should reflect in the way you do your things, the way you move, what things you like to eat, who you like to associate with, and so on.
Yes. Definitely.
Okay, that's interesting. Dr. Patricia, I know you are a parent, right? You have children. What are one of the ways you try to promote national unity when it comes to like raising your children?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Hannah. You know, national unity, during the time we were studying in primary school, before many of you were born, we had a subject called civics.
Wow.
And civics unpacked what you learn in the patriotism class today. We looked at the national emblem. We learned how to sing the national anthem. We learned about things we should value as Uganda. We got to know what our values were. And for some reason, that subject was put away. But I have been told, I've been made to understand that they're trying to bring it back in the new curriculum. But as a parent, national unity starts from home. It starts from home. If you're able to keep your family together, united as one, irrespective of the characters, the personalities, and the different age groups of the children you have, then you're promoting unity in the family. And you can take that skill and even promote it at a national level. National level, how do you help people to exist? How do you get to utilize the different skills and competencies different individuals have for purposes of national development? Yes. If people can bring together the competencies, the different skills they have, and contribute to national development, it could be research, it could be report writing, it could be in legal issues. Maybe you're a good litigator and you can help handle this case between our government and another, and so on, for the good of your country. So it's about thinking about the good of your country. It's about promoting peace and harmony and national unity. So for me, I think that emphasis should also be on assisting the people who are disadvantaged. If you have something more than the other, are you able to share? It could be sharing knowledge. It could be sharing the resources you have. It could be contributing some of those skills even in the community where we live. And that promotes national unity. So members of the society can be able to benefit from those different skills each of us is blessed to have, yes, for purposes of promoting this national unity.
Maybe as a young person, I want to know, how can I do it? When I'm sitting in school, I have exams, I am doing internship, I am working. How can I promote national unity in a way that is not stressful for me as a young person, Monica?
I think we should really stop looking at national unity so much as something up there, and then me, I'm here and I'm trying to connect to it. I'm trying to reach out to it.
It's not like a physical thing you can just grab off the shelf.
Yes, it's a lifestyle. And if you've tracked our conversation from Your Space episode 1 up to this point, you realize there is a link of there's a link in every episode that adds up to national unity.
Yes,
your environment, your what, everything. Even the previous episode we were handling about the harmonious living, social harmony, and all those things. So national unity is not like a big globe glowing the other side and you're trying to grab onto it and pull it closer. It's your lifestyle. It's your everyday decision of how am I going to do certain things. For instance, show up for voting, you people. National unity, yes. People are voting. You know they are voting. You know your polling station. You're staying at home.
I know.
Come and vote. That is a way of you. I think to relate, for the younger viewers to relate more, national unity is you gaining solidarity for the people you're living with. It's gaining solidar.
Yes.
Yeah?
Wow.
So it is as simple as that. Yes, and if you can understand how solidarity works in your little clique, then you understand how national unity works.
I remember when we were sitting in high school, I used to beat solidar. You know, everybody's making noise and nobody wants to tell the teacher who was making and leading the noise making, right?
Yeah.
Joe, for you as a young person, we're going to take a break, but when we get back, I want you to tell us more about how you as a young person have been able to have that lifestyle that involves national unity. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. To carry out national unity as a young person. Now, Joel, I remember I was asking you about national unity, it being a lifestyle. Monica said it's actually a lifestyle. It's not like something you can just grab off a shelf. So what lifestyle, can you share with us your lifestyle when it comes to national unity?
Okay, now, things like this, you do not, there may not necessarily be a perfect measurement, but there are particular indicators that you can use to gauge yourself to see where you are at as far as national unity is concerned. Now, she mentioned a good thing about voting. It is very important. I remember my very first time. My very first time is this previous polls, and everybody was saying, "No, just useless. Even when you add your one vote, what will it add to the country?"
Oh, it does.
The vote counts.
Yeah, it's very important. Like it's very important to take the things of your country serious. If you yourself don't take your country serious, who do you think is going to take it serious? So it is. You look at particular indicators. So you can scroll through those things that we've been talking about in our episodes. Look at our environment. If you love your country and you want us to keep united, why don't you keep it safe? Why don't you keep it smart? Then let's participate in activities that put our country at the top. So if you're a sportsman, let's do the sports.
Do your thing.
Yeah, it's like everybody can have a role to play in this path to uniting Ugandans. You see how football, whenever we have a match in Nambo, everybody wants to
wear that
jersey,
jersey,
like
everyone,
jersey. Yeah, I'm a Ugandan. Even you see people abroad taking pictures and say, "You people, we are with you." So those are the things that make us happy as Ugandans. Represent us. Very important. Represent us. And when you represent well.
Oh, that's a deal. Even when you're representing, represent well. Yeah. I want us to come back to that. But I remember one of the things that I love about Kenyans is that Kenyans have so much unity, regardless of wherever they are. You always find a Kenyan with a Kenyan band, armband, and you're like, oh my god, you always find a Kenyan wearing something that is made from Kenya. And for me, I love fashion, first of all. So one of the things I always love to do is to instill a Ugandan color to everything I wear. It's either black, I love yellow, oh my god, or it's either red. I like to, bringing that Ugandan flavor to the things I wear.
Yes, yes, you get it.
Patricia, I'd like to know why is it important for us to keep united as Uganda? Is it necessary for us to, keep loving ourselves and our country?
It is very important, Hannah, to keep united as Ugandans for purposes of promoting peace and unity. Because if we are able to promote and encourage respect for cultural practices, respect for behaviors that bring people together, respect for what would promote coexistence among the people, that would bring children together, for instance. You've given the example of sports. That would bring the nation together. I think those are the practices that would push us far, even in national development. Like we had said earlier on, if we are able to bring out people with different skills and competencies, and they are able to represent this country and represent well, like Joel hinted too, it is important to promote national unity. And let us strive to undermine what would bring disharmony among the people. Let us denounce practices that bring lack of coordination and chaos among the people, but promote what would bring togetherness, that would bring harmony, that would make people work together for the common good of this country. And like you said, in Kenya, they say Kenya yetu. We would be proudly Ugandan. Say Uganda yetu. If I have a bango with Ugandan colors, Uganda yetu. And in so doing, other people would pick and pick and pick. And even in the UK, if you find a Ugandan, you just see that symbol and know this person is a Ugandan. Yes. For me, sometimes when I'm in Dubai, someone can come and say, Jebariko.
Wow.
And they're like, how did you know?
Yes, Ugandans are here.
Yes, that's the beginning.
And it is so exciting to identify with your fellow countrymen. So if there are things that can bring us together in sports, in education, in different skills and competencies, in the legal fraternity, if we can excel in those areas, then we are promoting national unity. But now we go to the peaceful aspect. We need to also build peace, have peace building processes, peace building strategies amongst ourselves. Because like you said earlier, people come from different walks of life, but we need to coexist together in harmony, and we need to promote unity of purpose and build peace.
Maybe sometimes we think it's an obvious thing. Like you think it must be obvious for someone to know how to keep peace, among themselves and the unity. But is it really an obvious thing? Maybe we need classes. I don't know. Some of us really need classes and training and capability. I don't know. Joel, you're saying no.
No, I don't.
You think it's common sense?
I don't think it's obvious. Let me tell you, everything that you do and know, you are taught. Yeah, whether inadvertently or directly, expressly. So it's very important. That's what she was talking about, the conversation of having these things taught again in schools. I think it's very important because now we are having a lot of influences. You see how social media is bringing in all these pressures. Love their thing more than yours because yours does not look good enough. So it is important that we learn or unlearn. There are places where we have to unlearn some things and come to an understanding that our thing is also enough. Yes. I know, Dr. Patricia, you enjoy the Ghetto Kids. I remember in our creativity discussion, we talked about the Ghetto Kids. I was watching the episode yesterday. They actually went into the finals, and the representation of the dances they were doing on stage was amazing. Wow. The set was like a traditional Ugandan set of a village, the beautiful trees that we have. And I was like, wow, the costumes they were wearing, black, yellow, red. It was a beautiful sight, and I felt like very united with them at the same time, that they still think of representing us wherever they are. But what are some of the advantages of national unity? I don't know. What do you think some of the advantages are, Monica, of national unity?
I think one of the greatest advantages of national unity is security, the sense of security that comes with unity. No one ever attacks a people that they know speaks a certain language of unity, because they know the retaliation will be way more than they're willing to get. So, and that goes in every sense. So when you are gaining that solidarity, when unity creates a certain chain and a certain sense of security and protection, that you know that wherever you are, you have a support system, you have a backup plan, you have a generator kind of to support you in a certain way. So one of the greatest things for me with regards to national unity is the security, the sense of security that comes with it.
Sense of security, that is very powerful. What about you, Joel?
I think when we are united, we are able to define ourselves as Ugandans.
Identity.
So we do not know a country that is not united, because they are not there. They are simply not there. So every place that has an identity, every society that has an identity, it's because they have cultivated a certain caliber of cohesion and unity. So it's very important for us to start these conversations. Make our children, our friends, we make them love what is Ugandan.
Yes.
Make them love our stuff, our sports,
even our leaders.
Food,
even our leaders.
Very important.
There was a time when there was a lot of chaos when it came to leaders traveling out of the country to acquire medication instead of
Why not Mulago?
Yes, using our own. I don't know.
Mulago.
Dr. Patricia, maybe somebody just did some national unity training.
Yes,
and
sure. But I think also,
country.
as an advantage for this national unity, I think it promotes social harmony. It promotes social harmony and it builds that ownership, like Joel said earlier on, because it unites the nation and it also increases economic growth. Because if you love your nation, you'd love to invest in it, you'd love to do business and exploit the different potentials there is. And also, it helps to promote loyalty to the nation. Wow. If you're loyal to your nation, there are certain things you will do for the country, not for selfish intentions. You'll do it for the good of the country. Yes.
That's true. Well, we're just a few minutes to the end of the show, and I feel so sad because I was getting very interested when it came to speaking about the country. But I'm going to allow everybody to give their final remarks when it comes to national unity. Monica.
Thank you so much. National unity, guys. Like I said, let's gain solidarity, but this time for the bigger version of what could have been your clique.
And a bigger picture. Which is our country. Yeah. Joel?
Petty stuff, they're really very destructive. Yes, and our nation is important than your own personal interests.
Oh, yes, that's good. Dr. Patricia?
For me, I think individuals, the citizens of Uganda need to be equipped equipped to believe in themselves, to believe in themselves and believe in their country and be able to coexist for purposes of promoting unity in this country, and national unity and national development will be achieved. Yes.
I don't know about you who is watching, but for me that is seated right here, I feel an immense love for Uganda just fill up in my chest. I'll see you again next Sunday, but allow me to say, oh Uganda, may God uphold thee.